Did the Chicago Bears just catch a huge break heading into their matchup with the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football? Seems like they might have. We'll talk about it here on today's show. But speaking of Bears 49ers, two of our bigger channels here at Chat Sports, and I'm challenging Chase Sr. in the 49ers Report to a subscriber battle for Week 17. We're starting today on Tuesday since they played on Monday night. 0-0. Let's see who wins. Free and daily Bears content. Hit that subscribe button. I'm Harrison Graham. This is Chicago Bears Now. George Kittle, did he suffer an injury? The answer is yes. He suffered an ankle injury in last night's game in the second quarter, came back in the third, but then left and did not return. The question is, how severe is the injury? Here's what Kittle had to say after the game last night. He said, "It happened in the second quarter. We had a drive, and I felt like I got hip dropped and my ankle got stuck in the grass or the turf. I tried to tape it up, went out there in the third quarter, and it just got worse. If I can't run very fast or plant, I think it's a better option for the other tight ends to go make plays." Now, he did also say in his postgame presser, quote, "I don't think it's a high ankle sprain," and this is a guy who's had a lot of injuries, so we would probably know if it was a high ankle. That being said, if it's still a decent enough low ankle sprain, short week, there's a chance he would not be able to play on Sunday night, or at minimum, he could be at least limited in this contest. Now, he's missed a few games earlier in the season, but in 10 games, he's been fantastic. I mean, 7 touchdowns this year, and 6 of those touchdowns have come, I believe, in the last 8 games or so. Look at his last 6 weeks in particular, from week 10 to now. I mean, 9 for 84 and a touchdown, 6 for 67, a couple of scores, 6 for 78, 4 for 67, 8 for 88 and a touchdown. Last night, 7 for $115 and a touchdown. He played about 2.5 quarters. He was absolutely dominating last night, as were the 49ers offense. Lou Anarumo, Colts DC, I don't think he coached last night. That was a tough look. But George Kittle has been on a tear. He's been really, really good, and he's been a big part of the 49ers' recent resurgence over the last several weeks. So if he can't go, or if he's limited, that's obviously a big deal. We'll talk more about this and the 49ers tight end room and the impact of his exit after a word from our sponsor. All right, Bears fans, it's time to challenge the status quo, and Polymarket is now live to help us do so. You can be part of the revolutionary alternative to sportsbooks with our special invite code. Download Polymarket's new app right now via the special link that is in the description and the comments of this video to unlock exclusive early access and a free $10 in your account with the invite code CHAT. Polymarket is a prediction marketplace that lets you make trades on the outcome of sporting events. As you can see right here on screen, you can even buy and sell within a game with live trading. It's pretty awesome. I've been doing it a lot recently. Polymarket has the lowest fees ever. You trade against other people, not the platform. You can cash out anytime and react to momentum swings within the game. You are in control. It is legal and available nationwide in all 50 states on the iOS app right now. For this week's Bears game, they're only giving Chicago a 39% chance. 2 extra days of rest. I kind of like Chicago in this one. I think it's great opportunity for you Bears fans, especially with that 2 days extra rest going up against the 49ers. Take advantage. $10 free is waiting for you. No card, no deposit, nothing. Download the app with our exclusive code CHAT at chatsports.com/polymarket for exclusive early access and $10 free. Now, remember Jake Tonjes, the 2022 undrafted free agent for the Chicago Bears? He's actually been getting a decent amount of run for the 49ers this year, and he's been pretty damn good. I would say he's their tight end too at this point. So if George Kittle can't go, or if he's limited, he's probably going to have a notable role. Luke Farrell, more of just a blocking tight end. If Kittle's out, they would probably elevate Braden Willis from the practice squad for this game on Sunday night. But Jake Tonjes this year, 27 catches, 233, 4 touchdowns, had one stolen last night. I don't know if you guys watched the game. Purdy got flushed to his right and kind of just threw a BB in the corner of the end zone, and he made a toe-tapping sliding catch that was ruled incomplete, and for some reason the 49ers didn't challenge. They ended up scoring on the next play, so no harm, no foul. But I thought that was a pretty athletic play. He had I think it was against producer Cullen's Seahawks in week 1. He mossed Reek Woolen for the game-winning touchdown. I'm getting confirmation in my ear that is correct with some frustration out of Cullen's voice. I might be exaggerating that part, but he's made some plays this year. And remember when the Bears had him, he was kind of like this fullback tight end hybrid, and he played a decent amount that first year, then they moved on from him. He's been pretty good. Now, there's no replacing George Kittle. I mean, he's excellent after the catch. He's probably still the best blocking tight end in the NFL. He is an awesome, awesome player. And if the Bears don't have to go up against him, that's a pretty big deal for a game of this magnitude, because there's a lot at stake, as we know, which we'll discuss in a moment as well. Will George Kittle play on Sunday night? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Will Kittle be out there or not? Now, it is a short week, so, you would think George Kittle's going to try to play, but this is a key reminder because the Bears already have this advantage despite going on the road. They played on Saturday night. The 49ers played on Monday night. Not only did they play on Monday night, they played in Indianapolis, not far from Chicago, had to fly way late last night, probably didn't land in the Bay Area until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So their Tuesday today for the players is a wash. I mean, the coaches will be in the building, start preparing for Chicago, but, this is a quick turnaround for San Francisco. Now, obviously, the Bears have to fly out there too, but that's after, a week of playing, right? They played on Saturday night. They'll fly out there Saturday afternoon, so that's not nearly as draining because you're not flying in the middle of the night, all that stuff. So I do think the Bears are going to have a clear rest advantage there. Now, it's on the road, so that's kind of an equalizer, but you have all that. Kittle having to prepare on a short week. He may not even be in the building today for rehab. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe he goes in the afternoon with the trainers. Who knows? But that's a big deal, and this is a big game, right? I mean, both teams have clinched a playoff berth, so they're both in the dance, but San Francisco controls their fate not only in the NFC West, but for the number 1 seed. If they win their final 2 games, they are the number 1 seed. If the Bears win their final 2 games and Seattle loses just once, the Bears are the number 1 seed. So both teams, yes, they're happy they're in the playoffs, but they're chasing more. As we talked about on yesterday's live show, the number 1 seed is a goal the Bears have. It's certainly a goal the 49ers have. And, in a year like this, getting home field advantage is going to be huge, as it always is. And with all the injuries this year, if you can get that number 1 seed, that first round bye, extra time to prepare, extra time to rest, that's significant. And if you lose this game, really either team, that pretty much eliminates you from getting the top seed. Both these teams would have to win out outside of a wonky scenario to get that first round bye. Now, I will say this with George Kittle. Grew up, big Bears fan, hates the Packers, which we've always loved from afar with George Kittle. He wants to play in this game against his childhood team. The Bears are finally good. He wants to go up against them. So you would think he's going to try to play. I would guess he's going to try to play. But that limp was pretty severe last night. I would guess if he plays, he's, 80, 85% at best, which is still probably an effective player, but maybe not as impactful as he would have been had he not suffered the injury. So we will certainly monitor that throughout the week. Do want to talk a little Pro Bowl in a second, but give me a follow on TikTok for more Bears and NFL content, a little college football in there as well. We're almost at 1,000 followers. At HGram NFL on TikTok. I'll put the link in the comments and description of this video. Help us out. Help us grow over there. We launched about a week ago on TikTok. The early response has been great, but want to get to 1,000. So if you want to see more of this glorious face, obviously sarcasm font there, then give me a follow on TikTok. All right, Pro Bowl talk. The Bears got 3 selections in the initial vote. Obviously, there will be alternatives. Guys get hurt, they withdraw, all that stuff. But Drew Dalman, Joe Thuney, and Kevin Byard are this year's Chicago Bears selections. I think first off, before we get to some snubs, I think all 3 very deserving. I think if any of those 3 did not get the nod, that kind of would have been a joke. These these guys we'll talk about in a sec. It's like, okay, I get it, crowded positions, whatever, but Dalman's been awesome. Kevin Byard leads the NFL in interceptions, and Joe Thuney is as good as it gets at guard. So those three all well-deserved. Now, I would have made a strong argument for these three guys as well. Darnell Wright, Jonah Jackson, Nishawn Wright. You know, Nishawn Wright's a tough case. He's been involved with, I think, 9 or 10 turnovers this year. So I think that's worthy of getting a nod when you're impacting the game that much. 10 involved in 10 turnovers. That's pretty significant with 5 picks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. Darnell, I think, has taken a huge step at right tackle. It's tough, right? When Trent Williams and Penei Sewell are at that position as well. Tristan Wirfs, they're the 3 that got the nod in the NFC. I think Jonah Jackson had a case as well. I understand those a little bit, but I still think they were worthy of getting it. Now, for those who don't know, the way the voting works, because Bears fans showed out, 2/3 of the vote of the percentage is players and coaches who vote, and then 1/3 is the fans. So the fans can control a lot, but they can't just solely control it, right? So Bears fans showed out. Kudos to you guys for doing so. And, even guys like Josh Blackwell, each team gets one special teamer. I think he would have had a strong case. Blocked that field goal against the Raiders, recovered that onside against the Packers. Like, he's obviously had a fantastic season. Daniel Hardy, I think, is a guy who has stood out as well on special teams. But, only one of those guys gets the nod in the NFC and in the AFC. All right, that's going to do it. We will continue to monitor the injury status of George Kittle and all players for both teams throughout the week. So hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. My name is Harrison Graham. As always, bear down.